Hello wonderful people, Connor Whitmore here again with another video for you on the Nawtystep channel, and today I'm going to be doing something that I've never done before in my 8+ years of running this channel so far, and that is covering a subscriber's album, reacting to it, reviewing it in its entirety from start to finish. Now before we get going with the album, with the review, you might be sat there thinking and wondering, well Connor, why are you doing this now? Where has this come from? So recently, I've started my own service reviewing music. It can be singles, multi-track projects like this one, EPs and whatnot, for a fee for those who want their music reviewed by yours truly. And it's gone very well so far. And up until now, it's been kept to the Patreon, but there was one subscriber, one producer, one artist who wanted it to be public, the review, and wanted it to be up on the channel and heard by everyone else, not just me. And that artist is Corison, whose album we're going to be hearing today. The artwork you can see right there. More on him in a bit. And it's proved to be an important service in terms of keeping the channel going, because as you all know, well, I imagine most of you know, pretty much all the videos that I put up on here at the moment on the channel, they get done for copyright straight away because of music use. So they get demonetized, the videos earn nothing. And so yeah, like I said, doing this service has helped keep the channel going in a significant way. And I imagine that you guys might sense a little bit of a danger here, maybe a bit of a conflict of interest and that kind of thing. But I can assure you, I've done it with all the ones I've done up until now, will be doing with this one as well, and for future ones. I'm treating this review in the same way that I would treat reviewing and reacting to every single other project that I've covered on this channel so far. All of that is established with the artist beforehand, the fee is sent before the review, the recording is done, and the video is there to watch and look at and listen to for all of you, just as with any other. But now on with the music, and Corison, whose name you might be familiar with if you're long-term followers of this channel. I've reviewed his music before, he's submitted tracks for reviewing subscribers' music, he's been on the Patreon for years. We've met before as well, had a few releases on the underground label Spiration Music, which is pretty cool, and has also got a fair few tracks over the 40k listener mark on Spotify. And in terms of my own relationship with his music, I've really enjoyed the melodies and the sound design in the past, but the production has always been lacking in quite a significant way. So with this album, very much hoping that there's been a significant improvement on that front. And I also want to shout out this gorgeous artwork from Wems. I'm going to leave a link to her work in the description and in the pinned comment for this video. Looks fantastic, looks beautiful, and is completely AI free, completely human made. I think in the world of AI or current AI prevalence, where it can be quite, difficult sometimes to know for sure whether there is AI in something, this is completely AI free, and it's great to know that. And so we want to push these artists forward, get them more known, get them more work in this world of AI prevalence that we are living through right now. So yeah, great artwork and human made. Love to see it. But without any further ado, let us crack on with the album now. It is by Corison, as I've said before. It is called Let Your Blade Rock. We've got 9 tracks, just under 27 minutes in total. And yeah, let's crack on with it. That synth mixed quite high from the off. Pretty strong video game theme going on here from the beginning. Great kind of video game feel to it. That is getting right in the ear holes. That synth, I'll say that. You're really going in with the video game theme here. But yes, on with the second track now. Pirates from a Faraway Sea. This is like a pirate venture, pirate voyage kind of situation going on here.
1, 2, 3.
The melodic work is fun. The melodic work is fun. I mean, again, the production for me, from what we've heard so far, not really pulling through. I think there's like a roundedness that you need with your sound creation going forward, just to really beef the sound up, because it feels a little bit, just a little bit flat. It feels, yeah, it feels quite flat. With all that sprightliness and with all that, wild and wacky approach, where actually is the idea going? Is there something that we can root the track in here? Is there an idea that we can root this track in? Snare, I can't not talk about that snare. That's not quite fitting within the context of the track. There's just a little bit too much going on. There's just a bit too much going on, I think. There is some good sound usage in there. Sprightly, nice energy about it. But it is a bit messy. In terms of a concept, it is quite messy and all over the place. It doesn't have like a clear thing pushing it forward that you can just remember about it, if you know what I mean. And the production as well, like I was saying earlier, just doesn't feel that rounded off. Feels a little bit, tinny, if you know what I mean. It doesn't have that thing like grounding it and giving it that earthy bite that I think this kind of tune deserves, you know. But carrying on, we now have track number 3, Left on Red. What's this going to provide? Let's have some bigs in the chat, please. Bigs in the chat, people. Again, the percussion, man, the snares is just not, it's not fitted into the track, really. It's not conducive to making the track work overall. I suppose I don't really feel with this music like there's something taking ownership in it and giving it like a distinctive personality to run with, if you know what I mean. Like, we got this vocal, but in terms of sections, kind of taking a track like this to the next level to make it really listenable and like replayable. Okay, yeah, some good agreement there between the musicality underneath and that vocal sample. There were points where the vocal was agreeing with that very well. There's a nice complementation going on there. And I think stylistically, that kind of vocal harks back to quite a few famous EDM producers who, you know, people will recognise that and be like, you know, that'll make them more locked in. But there isn't like a thing to hang on to with that track. There isn't like a memorable idea per se. The vocal kind of dribbles along in the tune, but beyond that, with the instrumental itself, there isn't anything taking ownership in the tune, in the track overall. So yeah, that's what I'd say about that one. Okay, see, that's definitely the best drop of the album so far, without question. Like, again, the production isn't great, it's not like amazing, but in terms of an idea, the spacing out of the sounds, the energy of it, I think importantly as well, there just needs to be, going forward for Chorison, there just needs to be a lot more kind of refinement when it comes to the movement between sections, and that is one of the most important things when it comes to making music. You need distinction between sections, if you know what I mean. At the moment, it kind of feels like with each of the tunes we've heard so far, the main tunes anyway, each section just kind of melts and blends into the other one. So you've got no distinction between different kinds of energy that you need to create contrast in a tune, and especially one that is like, you know, bass music leaning. Again, there's just so much going on. There's so much hopping and skipping and jumping from one idea very quickly to another. Kind of strips the track of having a sense of identity and like a thing that can just own itself and own the space within the track. Those overblown snares, man, they are punching me in the face. They are punching me in the face big time. Lovely little flourish at the end there, and the video game theme continuing well at the end of that track from what we got at the very beginning with the introduction. But out of fear of just saying the same things for each tune, there's just so much going on. There's so much going on within each tune. He's clearly having fun. He's clearly having a lot of fun putting this music together, putting these tunes together. But damn if it could do with ideas, actual ideas to kind of frame the tunes overall around and pose as those concepts to bring people back in and make me think, yeah, I've got to hear that again. At track number 5, we have There's a Wasp on Your Face. This is a 1.5 minute interlude, so like, I'm hoping not too much is going to happen or go down here. Oh! I think the percussion took the track in the wrong direction, personally. Oh, it's too... Again, there's so much going on. Oh. For what it's worth, though, I do think that the sound usage in that interlude reflected the title of the track well. I thought it was pretty effective in that way, actually. Carrying on from there, we have Knackered Laptop, track number 6. Oh, that snare, that's a good snare. Oi! Oi! And then right back into the comic book, pow! Right in the kiss out. In terms of musicality and like a really cheeky, nice sound with that snare, that's one of the best sections on the album so far for sure. It's just mad how we're getting this after what we got in the introduction, like the movement again, the journey from that to this. Oi, it's a jumpy little jumper. Oi, 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 oi. But then this percussion just out of nowhere again, just whacking you in the face. Why? Just an absolutely insane amount going on yet again in another track on this album. The production value, but then mostly just the concepts for each tune just flying in so many different directions that it's difficult to keep up. Those are the main things I think that are just gonna complement the melody making, the musicality with the chorus and project going forward. Track number 7, we have Happy Sword. These punching snares, man. these snares. We were really onto something with that. Ding! Was that in There's a Wasp on Your Face, or was that Every Time a Transphobe Dies? Which track was that again with the ding? I mean, that was fantastic, but the direct opposite of that, we're getting, maybe 90-95% of the time, and it's quite the thwack in the face each time. Everything's just got a very hurried feel to it. There's not like a lot of composure. The excitement's there, the energy's there, the colour's there, I like that, melody making, but in terms of composure when it comes to making sections and then stitching them together, it's not really apparent. It's like a whirlpool of glitchy, high-pitched synth usage. I'm just swept up in it. It's just all around me, just engulfing me. It needs productive value, of course, as well, but the composure within sequences and in stitching them together, just to make them, just that bit of composure, that bit of it's so hurried. Everything feels quite rushed, like you just got to get somewhere. The best music just knows when to take a break. It knows how to manage different kinds of energy within a tune and that kind of thing. And ultimately here we have Invincible, a couple of 4-minute tracks to round the LP off. Yes, that is one of the best examples on the album of having the right sound produced well and the melody being infectious, catchy, and bringing me in and making me want to hear it again. So, you know what? We are going to hear that again because I like it. This is the best moment on the album. That all sounds great. No notes for this little section right here. But then in come the... bit of Snail's energy, bit of Slug's energy about it, that gurgled vomit step kind of approach. Within that genre, that subgenre, we haven't had that much, overly colourful, colour bassy kind of music in terms of the synth usage on top of that. But yeah, it's just the production of it. I don't feel like the full gristle of that synth, of that sound, because the production again just doesn't have that rounded, complete feel about it. My head is in bits. Honestly, my head is in bits.
Invincible!
Good little pre-drop sample there, to be fair. But where's the connection between this and the rest of the track? And moving on to the final track of the LP. This one is called I Think We're Getting Closer. Closer, closer. Spelt the same. Okay, nice to be bringing the tone down a bit from all the excitement of the previous 8 tracks or so. I'm wondering whether it's gonna just burst into life out of nowhere at some point. Bring those punchy snares back in. Okay! Nice breakout of sound. Nice melodic play going on here for sure. Nice note choice. Okay, so taking me on a journey. Oh, key change. Okay. This note choice, it's rounded off. It's complete feeling. I like that. That was good. And the style of synth just gives it this elevated feel as well, you know? Quite spacey. And there we go, Coruscant, Let Your Blade Rock, the album. And I think I've been finding myself, as you've seen with this review, this reaction, to saying similar things to what I've said before with his music, with his tunes. I'm a big fan of the energy of it. It's relentless in its desire to kind of push a nice, elevated kind of energy and feeling forward. The colour that comes with that, some good sound usage as well. But the production, again, kind of letting it down, giving it a kind of scant feeling. Not a lot of it that's that, you know, rounded off or complete in the sound, in the sonics overall, like I was saying. And there's just way too much going on in every single tune here. Like, I'm not sure that there is one that I'd go back to kind of in its entirety. There are definitely moments which are highlighted across the review. But yeah, within each tune, there's just too much jumping and hopping and skipping and moving from one section and one idea, one concept to another. The different kinds of energy that come with that, meaning that the tracks as wholes don't really have like a thing to sell. They don't have like a particular thing that they are about, if you know what I mean. So I'm hoping that that constitutes as good feedback for Coruscant and for anyone else who's kind of in that space with their music. It's all well and good having the good sounds and having the good production, but if you don't have that bit of composure in managing separate ideas within a given tune and how you move between them, creating those bits of contrast to make them tracks overall that people want to go back to again and again, yeah, without those things, then you're not going to have the replay factor that you potentially, and I imagine probably want for your material, your project, your alias overall. But there we go, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching. Another first for the channel, as you all know, reviewing a subscriber's album in its entirety from start to finish. And if that's something that you would like for me to review your music, whether it is a single or an AB, an EP, a whole album, whatever it is, then head to the Patreon and go to the tier that applies to the amount of music that you would like covered by me. Or you can email me at nawtystep@gmail.com with the amount of music that you would want covered by your boy. And I have to say, it is great to be covering your guys' music more again in amidst all the other main releases that come out every single week. But beyond that, see you in the next one, whatever that might be. Keep it naughty until then. Peace.